Hello and welcome to Cooking with Dougie, the show where we attempt to make different historical foods. Today we are going to be making Civil War hardtack. This is a food that many soldiers in the Civil War survived off of because it lasted a really long time and it used very few ingredients. The only things you will need today are flour and water, and then if you have salt, you can use that as well. I'm going to use it because it will make it taste better, but just know that soldiers only use this when they had it available. In terms of supplies, you're going to need quite a bit. You need a mixing bowl and obviously some sort of spatula to mix your ingredients. You are going to need a measuring cup and a measuring spoon to measure your ingredients, some sort of cutting board and a cutting utensil. I'm going to use a pizza cutter. You can use a knife as well. You are also going to need a fork to poke holes in your crackers. You are going to need a rolling pin. I do not have one, as it turns out, so I am going to attempt to use this tumbler to roll out my dough. We'll see how it goes. And then you need a baking sheet and something to flip your crackers on. So get all those ingredients ready, preheat your oven to 375 degrees, and we will get started. We are going to start off by measuring 2 cups of flour. We then need 3/4 of a cup of water. And 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Once you have that in your mixing bowl, you're going to take your spatula and mix it all up until you get a doughy texture. If you are finding, like I am, that was not quite enough water, you can keep adding more little by little until you get the consistency that you need. And if you are still having trouble like I was, you might just need to mix it with your hands. This is going a lot better for me, so though it's a bit messier, might be a better call. All right, once you have your dough, you're going to need to roll it out on a cutting board until it's about 1/2 to 1/3 of an inch thick. If it is too sticky, you're going to want to coat your cutting board with flour. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Again, you need a rolling pin for this step, and again, I don't have one, so I'm gonna use a tumbler. Maybe you can do the same, and you can put some flour on your rolling pin or your cup, tumbler, whatever it is as well, just again, so it won't stick too much to the dough. Would in fact be easier with a rolling pin. I sure hope you guys have one at home. Just like handles would be helpful. So in case it wasn't clear, I don't really bake. I have no clue if this is 1/3 to 1/2 an inch. I'm having a hard time telling, but we're gonna go with it. So I'm gonna cut off the edges so that I can kind of get squared sides. Maybe I'll roll them out later and make some extra crackers with them. Now you're gonna wanna cut these so that they are about anywhere from 2 inches to 3-inch squares. I'm not sure if I did that, but it's the effort that counts. Now, so that they do not puff up too much, you're gonna wanna take a fork or chopsticks or something that you have, poke some holes in them. Think about like saltine crackers, they always have holes on the top too. The hole is going to have to go all the way through the dough. Okay, so I did end up using that extra dough to make a few more crackers. This is what, amazing. $30 minutes. Okay, it has been 30 minutes, so we're gonna take them out. We're gonna flip them, put them in for another 30 minutes. I did take these out a little bit early because they were looking pretty golden brown and I didn't want them to burn. Again, mine were a little bit smaller than 3 inches, so if you made it 3 inches, keep it in the whole time. I'm gonna transfer them to the cooling rack and then we'll get to taste them once they've cooled. Okay, now it is time to try our Civil War hardtack. And the emphasis is on hard. It is not a soft cracker, so please be careful. Soak it in something first if you need to. I'm just gonna go for it. I'll be careful. That was really difficult to bite. And it's really crunchy. But honestly, I kind of like it. It's very plain, but it's not bad. You try it out. Let me know what you think.